I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well. All is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with all I ever had. I release my fears, 'cause it's all so clear. All I ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. Welcome to OakBrook. I am well. Welcome to this wonderful place of love, light, learning, the freedom and acceptance to be all you can be here at OakBrook Center for Spiritual Living. And come and grow with us. Hello, September. September is almost completely gone from here. Can you believe it? The whole year is almost done. I can't believe it. On Sundays at 9:45, as with this morning, there is always morning meditation for the week. And it just gets your body and your mind and your spirit started for the entire week. And today, thank you so much to Ken Green for doing that wonderful meditation. And on Tuesdays at 10 a.m., we have Love My Body Yoga, a way to get your body going for the week as well. And this is with Gail and Ron. And they will just kind of help you gently stretch your body back to where it needs to be. And we all know we all need that, right? So come and join them on Tuesdays. Toastmasters also happening on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Every Tuesday we have Toastmasters, and that just kind of gets you used to being able to speak what it is you want others to hear in a very precise manner. And so this is a good time to come out and learn how to deliver that in a very delightful way, right? Very fun. Okay, and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. this week, as with every other Wednesday, we also have visioning. We vision for ourselves, for the community, for the world. Sometimes you just need to know what Spirit has in store for you. And, you know, we have to be able to quiet the mind chatter and listen, and visioning takes you through that. And it's very different from visualizing. Visioning is when you stop and you get inside and you listen to what your heart and what Spirit wants to say to you about where your life should take, that next step. So come on out for that at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. The rummage sale is coming up, and it's going to be on the 18th of October. Carol, do you need anything else? Here she comes.
Good morning. Good morning. As everybody knows, or should have noticed, I've been really laid back about this rummage sale. Well, today that's about to change. So, I have raffle ticket envelopes prepared for each of you that are willing to sell 20 raffle tickets. It's a 50-50 drawing. Last year, the winner won over $200, and we got over $200. And you do not have to be present to win. So I'm asking all of you to help us sell these raffle tickets. Secondly, and probably more importantly, domestic violence has been in the news a lot lately. And as you all know, the Domestic Violence Work Group is our partner in this rummage sale. And this year, right now, they are focusing on the education of young women, particularly high school women, in hopes that we can prevent these young women from getting into these relationships that eventually cause them to end up in shelters at the best and dead at the worst. So they are our partners, and they're going to be working at the sale. They'll be contributing to the sale, and I think that it's just an amazing opportunity for us to help the community. So, having said that, Remember that donations can be turned in anytime, but beginning October 7th, you can turn your donations in from the 7th, Tuesday through Friday, from 9 to 2 p.m., not a.m., sorry, and the following week, the same schedule. You can always bring donations to turn in after service on Sunday or at yoga, any day that I'm here, or you can call me and I will gladly meet you over here or pick up your donations or arrange for them to be picked up. I think this is an important cause. This is our biggest fundraiser that we do throughout the year, and we need everybody's full support. So thank you very much.
Yeah, this is a very, very important topic, you guys, for us to be able to support the community in such a wonderful way. And it's so nice for OakBrook to be seen as this place of freedom and acceptance, because for some of these people, they don't feel like they're accepted anywhere else except for those abusive relationships. And, that's just really heartbreaking to think that. So, if they can see us that says we accept you just the way you are, then that's going to show them that there are people out there who accept them and they don't have to stay in a bad situation. All right, thank you so much, Carol. All right, to OakBrook. Happy birthday, OakBrook, on the 22nd of October. OakBrook is going to be turning 29. Ooh, we're so young.
We are young.
Yes.
I'll be fine. I have this thing, so. On Thursday this week, by Thursday this week, I will get with everybody in charge of a different position. That way, because I know all the department heads, there's something that they're wanting or desiring for their department to help with the embetterment of the center. So I will have a list. It'll be back at the computer table in my area, and it'll be either like with the kids department. I think Shanna's already told me gift cards to Michael's, just because that's where they buy the supplies for all of the youth activities that the kids do during Sunday service, and then different things like that. But that'll be back there starting on Thursday, as well as on Thursday there'll be a volunteer list of different little aspects of things that I could use help with around the property. It is a very big property to help maintain, and I have big shoulders and not that big. Also on that note, Shanna does want, because I was a bad husband and forgot to put in a slide, so the youth department is also collecting Altoid cans or any type of tin cans. I myself, I'm going to buy basically a carton of Altoids. Everybody likes breath mints. And I have a couple of extra small fish bowls here. So starting next Sunday in the sanctuary, we'll actually have them back there somewhere, probably on the table underneath the trees on the back wall. And that way the kids can have it, and okay, fine.
I wanted to let you know what they're going to do with it. Yes?
Is that the maximum size?
Oh, no. Well, I wouldn't go a lot bigger than this one. What it is they're going to be making tins with affirmations for them. They're talking about respect and reverence and kind of centering yourself as well as lifting yourself up, all in one neat little package back there. So they're going to be decorating the tins, and then over the next couple of months they'll be making affirmations each week, and they'll be putting them in the boxes, and then at the end of the year they'll take them home, so they'll have this neat little box at home when they need a special saying, and they can pull the affirmations out whenever they're having trouble. So that's what they're for, and Tad said he is going to decorate one for next week so y'all can see what it looks like. But yeah, any size would be great. The larger ones obviously would be good for the larger kids, and the smaller ones for the little kids. It's just a size thing, but that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I like it. A little God box. Yeah, definitely. The big kids. The Miracle Minute is following Sunday service. Every single Sunday, one of the practitioners or ministers will be available to speak with you if you need to just have a moment quietly alone. They will meet with you some little nook or cranny and just do a treatment for you and maybe, talk to you and that sort of thing. So it's very, very wonderful, the Miracle Minute. At this time, we're asking you for check-in. Check into Facebook or Twitter with #OakBrook CSL. And don't forget, we're also on YouTube. You can go back and listen to the service or listen, the music, or just, introduce your friends to the Signs of Mind and bring them with you on a Sunday, because it's always nice to have friends here that they can now see what you're about, because sometimes you might be able to explain it all the way. This is a great way to do it. Also, you can also tithe, not only with an envelope, with your cash or your check. You can also scan your QR code that is on the bulletin as well if you have a smartphone. If you have a prayer request throughout the service, in the middle of the service when they pick up the offering, just hang that prayer request up, you fill it out, it's in the bulletin, and they'll put it in the chest. And over the length of the week, the practitioners and ministers will be praying on those prayers. And it could be anything for yourself, a family member, friend, for the world at large. It doesn't matter. And at this time, we're asking you to please silence your cell phones. And now the Signs of Mind reading from Lita.
Good morning, OakBrook. Good morning. That's very good. The choice to forgive. Cry, forgive, learn, move on. Let your tears water the seeds of your future happiness. I forgive all, and I am forgiven of all and by all. Nothing remains in my being but love. Sometimes forgiveness seems like a really big hurdle to jump. Why should I be the one to forgive? I'm the one who was hurt. Sometimes I think my resentments keep me safe at arm's length from the pain I feel, and yet I'm so tired of pain. I do want to be healed. I do want to be peaceful. How do I get past the wall, around my heart, to even start thinking about forgiving? Just like everything else, forgiveness is a choice. Choosing forgiveness offers true healing, freedom from the pain of the past. The walls around your heart begin to crack, crumble, and fall because there's no longer held by the glue of your stored pain, anger, and blame. It's easy to get caught up in circumstances and use them to define us. At every moment, we have the option to reach for a higher vibration, one that releases and lets go of that which doesn't serve us. With every single choice to forgive, those old walls around your heart keep tumbling down. When you forgive, you're released from feelings of victimization. Yes, that things still happen, but you're no longer its victim. Although the event is still part of your story, it's no longer the underlying script that creates your tomorrows. Today, your forgiveness begins a brand new story on a shiny new stage. The headliner tells it all. Life is definitely good. And our affirmation is, forgiveness is my choice, freeing me from the pain of the past. Today is a bright, shiny new day in a life that is definitely good. And so it is.
Am I on? Oh, good. Brian said I have to pay attention. Welcome, everybody. Look at these wonderful faces this morning. This is so good. Are we ready to sing?
Absolutely. And at this time, if you would please stand for Thank You for This Day.
say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. So I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Now thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. I want to say thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. And just thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. Yeah. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I wanna just say thank you now. Just thank you now. 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 Each and every day I'm gonna say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And at this time, let's greet and welcome each other.
Well, I know there's no such thing as enough hugs. So we'll do some more after the service. How's that? Yeah. Reverend Vicky's going to lead us in our affirmations.
And from the screens, in this moment and in every moment, I remind myself that all my thoughts are creative. I stay conscious of this truth and practice keeping myself focused on the ever-available outpouring of good. And so it is. And from what we believe in the healing of sick through the power of this mind. And our OakBrook affirmation with enthusiasm, which you do real well. I'm thankful for OakBrook, for the teaching of the science of mind as the empowerment of life at every age, and for the abundance it brings into my life, my center, and my world. I am grateful for our ever-growing spiritual community of love, freedom, and acceptance. I celebrate with a thankful heart our beautiful new spacious center as we welcome our divine unfoldment through the gifts of music, encouragement of our youth, and all life-enhancing activities. OakBrook Vision supports us all in experiencing full and realized lives as spirit in expression. God's love empowers. Fantastic. And now as we take a couple deep breaths, we can still feel the energy in the room from all those hugs and greetings. And so it is that we know that there is only the one mind, the one power, and the one presence. And that mind, that power, and that presence is within each of us. And with all the people that greet us, we feel that affinity of good. And if they're not a part of OakBrook, we just encourage them to see how we've been doing. And a lot of folks say, "You're doing good. Maybe I'll try that." So that might be something that you want to do, that you feel loved and you want to share that feeling of being loved. And so it is that we know that the one power, the one precious moment, the one speaking is Reverend Gail. And as she speaks, she is surrounded by love, surrounded by good thoughts, surrounded by the thoughts that we will take with us into our life. So we give thanks for all her hard work and the goodness that she is and takes us and all her teachings into life, the light. And so it is.
Just where we go and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be your prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe. I pray we'll find your light. I pray we'll find your light and hold it in our heart. And hold it in our heart. When stars go out each night. When stars go out each night. Remind us where you are. Let this be our prayer. Let this be our prayer. When shadows fill our day. When shadows fill our day. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be saved. A world where pain and sorrow will be ended, and every heart that's broken will be mended. Touch you, reaching, knowing why. We ask that life be kind, and fit us like a glove. We hope each soul will find. Another soul to love. Another soul. Let this be our prayer. Let this be our prayer. Just like every child. Just like every child. Need to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved. Need to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be
Well, this is the great and grand experiment this morning. I am somewhere between really knowing how to use PowerPoint and stuck in my old mode. What I want to say is thank you to everybody who supported me this week. The music is just wonderful. Thank you. Brian and Shauna, couldn't do it without you. And everybody else who's been a party to this. I've been a minister a long time, and I don't think I have ever felt this amount of support. Thank you. So, tell me what you really, 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 really want. Isn't that what prayer's about? The problem is we sometimes go off course a little bit. Maybe we don't know what we really, really want. Maybe we only think we know what we really, really want. I love that book called the Letters That Kids Write to God, you know. So a little boy named Rich at age 7, he says, God, could you fix it so kids can stay out after dark? That's what I like about children. They know what they really, really want. Another favorite of mine is a little boy wrote to God and he said, God, I think it would be a good idea if you would teach me to swim. That way you wouldn't have to part the waters for me all the time. Kids remind me. I know that I'm kind of known for my prayer work. Prayer work is my calling in life, if you will. I love to pray. I'm pretty good at it. I'm a minister, so you probably have some expectations around me, me praying. But I want to tell you how I learned to do science of mind treatment. It doesn't come naturally to anybody, I don't think. I was in Prac 2. We had been throughout our classes doing treatments. You'd write them down and then you'd read them in class. And so the day came in Prac 2 when the teachers said, now there were 80 of us in that class. I come from Huntington Beach, which was a gigantic church. And the teacher said, that's it. No more writing this stuff down. When it's your turn, you get up and you pray. You ought to know how to do it by now. So the night came when it was my turn, and there was a big white baby grand piano, and I thought, if I can just get to the piano and hold on, I won't fall down. So I did. I got up to the piano, I took a hold of it, and I closed my eyes, and I opened my mouth, and the magnificence of Spirit poured out. It wasn't me anymore in that moment. It was the first time it ever happened, and it was the night I knew what Spirit had called me to do. So if you've been struggling with the 5 steps of treatment, first of all, I'm going to hand out some little cards today that are cute and will help you along. We all pray differently, and that's, I guess, what I want you to know. Those kids' letters that I wrote, those were marvelous prayers, clear and to the point, and with expectation that they were going to be fulfilled. There's the kind of prayer that we saw when the Pope was walking in the footsteps of Jesus and he went into the church on the Mount of Olives. And it was as if the whole world, the reporters, everybody just disappeared. And he knelt in that church for 8 minutes, and if you stayed quiet, you could feel Spirit pouring from him. So that's another kind of prayer. Each person prays as no one else prays, because prayer comes from your personal relationship with God. That's the only place you can find the words that you need. So this is prayer, right? To hold up your hands and just know this is prayer. We all learned it when we were children. There's a wonderful picture somewhere of someone praying with their prayer beads draped down there. When I was a hospice chaplain, some of the most beautiful prayer work I ever got to engage in were with my Catholic patients. Because if you've ever seen a Catholic missive for the week, look in there. It sounds like Science of Mind got loose. So we have all these kinds of prayer in the world, and all they are is our conversations with God. Oop, did I do that right? Oh, I did. So we have beseeching and begging prayer. Do you remember those? Oh, please, God, please, God, please, God. The problem with that is when you pray like that, you are focusing on what's wrong. You are totally emotionally engaged in whatever disaster is going on, and you can't possibly get to the truth. We have bargaining prayer. Now, a lot of us do that. I've noticed that people who come to me for prayer do that with money. If I can get money, then I'll give some away, right? I'll be a good tither. I'll give to charity. I'll bargain for my abundance. Well, that sort of defeats the purpose of God's willingness to give things to us. We were never asked to do something in return. We were simply asked to know the truth. So the bargaining's not probably a very good idea, and most of the time, there's some small part of us that knows we're not going to do it anyway. So embarrassing. Then there's meditative prayer. I love meditative prayer. It's when you get silence. It's really what we do here at 9:45 every morning. We get silent. And we renew our relationship with Spirit. That's what we do in meditation. We clear our minds of everything in the outside world, and we allow that one perfect relationship that we have, our relationship with Spirit, to come through for us. And that's where we find our guidance. And that's where we get quiet enough to hear the still small voice. So that's meditative prayer. Then we have conversational prayer. Conversational prayer is my favorite kind of prayer. Don't tell Peggy, Reverend Peggy. I talk to God all day long. I just like talking to God, you know? I open the blinds in the morning, and out behind me there's a little church that's built like a tent. And behind that is a big pasture, and it's usually full of cows. And I'm always so grateful, to say good morning to the cows. And then I say, God, this is just extraordinary. And I start my day. When I make my bed, I do my prayers of thanksgiving. When I'm hanging around the house and have a chore to do, if it's one of those really awful chores, I ask God to change my mind about it, right? When I have things that I can't figure out how to do, I go, listen, Spirit, I know there's a way to do this. Just show me. I've managed to hang plant hangers from cathedral ceilings with that prayer. Just show me how. And I'll do a conversational prayer. And then we have the prayer chamber. I don't know. I think they do it here occasionally. The prayer chamber is really a community prayer. It's a blessing prayer. It's when something's going on and we put the person in the middle, or we put the situation in the middle, and we circle around and we all pray. We pray out loud. We just pray from our hearts for the blessing for that person. We have spiritual mind treatment. This is my second favorite prayer. Because spiritual mind treatment gets something done very specifically. It's not, oh, let me have a good day. It's not, oh, I'd like to feel better. It's not, it'd be nice to get some more money. It's very specific. When I want to have a good day, I say into the creative law, I would like to have divine order in my day so that all of my tasks go easily and smoothly. I would like to have real understanding in this relationship that's going on. On my part, I can't tell this other person what to do, but I want to be clear here in this relationship. If I want money, I say, hey, right? It's time for me to be more abundant. And by that I mean, this is how much. This is what I want. Ernest Holmes was famous for that. Home office, somebody would come up and they would say, we don't have enough for payroll. And he'd say, wait a minute, and he'd go pray. He always prayed silently. And the next day, $10,000 would arrive in the mail. Happened every time. He was really good at that. Now, if he could do it, we can do it. You see, whatever we're doing here. So, here's my favorite prayer of all. Probably. I have all these favorite prayers. I love praying. The prayer of thanksgiving. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Not, oh, thanks. But thank you. This is so good. Thank you. The prayer of thanksgiving. And Teilhard de Chardin, the wonderful Jesuit mystic, said, if the only prayer you ever pray is thank you, it will be enough. And the reason is that as you say thank you, thank you, thank you, the universe is rushing in to give you more to be thankful for. Thank you, Lord. So, what's happening here? This is one of my very favorite slides of all times. Do you ever feel like that? What's happening here? I think we get confused sometimes with prayer, and we do think, you know, I come over here and they teach me spiritual mind treatment, and then somebody else says, you know, just run home and say thank you, and somebody else says this other thing, and then I have a big crisis and I just really want to get on the floor and cry. So what's going on here? Does God answer one person and not somebody else? Like God like Mrs. Jones and doesn't like so-and-so over there? I don't think so. Is prayer magic? Sometimes it feels like magic because we speak our word and boom, there it is. I hope for most of us prayer is not wishful thinking. I think that happens sometimes, that we do a prayer and that the belief is not, oh, this is I'm speaking the truth and it's going to manifest. The belief is, oh, I really wish I could have that. Or hopeful thinking. I've done my prayer, I hope it'll come true. Prayer is not those things. What's happening here is that one way or another, we get connected to our source. The minute we turn to prayer, whatever kind of prayer you want, we get connected to the one. And we know, there's the word, know. We know that we are speaking not into some vague place, not into the ethers, not into the light. We are speaking into a creative medium. A creative medium, the law. We call it the law. And it takes our word and it just gives back whatever we said. So, a carrot, if you plant a carrot seed, becomes a carrot. You know, onion becomes an onion. Whatever you say, believing that's what it is going to come to you. So if you pray hoping, what the universe will give you is more hoping. Okay? And if you pray thinking, maybe, maybe not, you're going to get to feel like that all the time. Maybe, maybe not. Okay? But if we know, if it's our absolute belief that we're working with law, that it's not some little airy-fairy thing that somebody made up, that when I speak, it is absolute, it is powerful, and it must manifest. It has to. It doesn't have any choice. Ernest Holmes said that we absolutely must say that all thought is creative. So, let's remember when you get to praying, or when you get to thinking about praying, that you're not looking for a magic wand. You're not looking for wishful thinking. You're not hoping something will happen. But we are saying that all thought is creative according to the nature, impulse, emotion, or conviction behind thought. That's really, really important to know. And so we get that far. Let's say we've gotten that far now. We have decided that there really is a creative law, that it really will listen to us. I think that's another part of our problem. Hardly anybody ever listens to us. So we have this habit of not being heard. So we need to change that belief. We have to develop the habit of being heard by the creative law. And now comes our biggest challenge. That's a very funny picture. And here's the challenge. Do we know what we really, 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 really want? Do we know? You know, it's so easy to lose track of what's important. I know people that have come to me, prayers for abundance, because they need to do something. They need to pay off debt. They need to do something. And then they come back and they need more prayers for abundance because the money came in to do it and they did something else with it. Okay. So I have two stories for you about this business of not knowing for sure what we really, really want. One of them is about sometimes we think we need things that we don't need. It's about when we're not coming from our wholeness and our authenticity. A man needs a new suit and decides to go to the best tailor in town to have the suit made. When he arrives at the tailor, a great fuss is made over him, with an exact measuring, many compliments about his physique, and promises of the finest work. The suit will be very expensive, but the man is pleased because he feels he has chosen the best. The man returns for several fittings and thinks that perhaps the measurements must have been slightly incorrect, but he doesn't say anything because, after all, this is the best tailor in town. So the day comes when the suit is finished and the man returns to try it on. Because his old suit is so shabby, he decides to wear the new suit. So he looks in the mirror and he notices that the jacket collar is a little bit high in the back. When he points this out to the tailor suggests it'll be fine if he just leans forward a little bit. Next, the man notices that one sleeve is too short. So the tailor suggests that if he draws his arm up just so, the sleeve will be fine. Then it appears that one side of the jacket is longer than the other side. And of course, the tailor says that if the man will just lean over slightly, the sides will be perfectly matched. One pant leg is longer than the other, so the tailor suggests that the man bend his knee a little so the pants will be the same length. Okay? So finally, it seems that all is well and the man leaves the shop in his new suit. But as he hobbles along the street, he overhears some passerbys saying, "What a beautiful suit. Too bad that man is so crippled." I wish we wouldn't do that to ourselves. To get into having to have something that will not allow our true self to shine forth. The second story is a true story. I was a practitioner for many, many years in Huntington Beach. I had a really big practice, and people came all the time with all kinds of things. But one man came in and he said he wanted a yacht. Okay. So we prayed, and he's a pretty good religious scientist. You know, he really had prosperity down. So we prayed, and 2 weeks later, he comes in with a picture, and he's got this gorgeous new yacht. And I said, "Wow, this is very good." He says, "Yeah, but it's a problem." He said, "I don't have any place to moor it." In California, it's very difficult to find a mooring for a boat that side. So we prayed about that. And he came back and he said, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I found the perfect mooring. You know, everything's good with the boat. But he said, I'm really having trouble hiring a crew. So I said, okay. So we prayed about the perfect crew, and the perfect crew showed up. And he came back to tell me about it, and he was just so thrilled. You know, he had his boat. It was more in the right place. He had a wonderful crew that was taking care of it. And then he came back and he said, I have a problem. And I said, what? Sometimes you just have to make your mind be quiet. And he said, I don't know what to do about winter storage and maintenance. I said, oh, we got everything else. We'll pray about that. So he found a place for winter storage, and he found a really good maintenance crew at one of the boat yards. And he was all happy, and he came back to tell me about it. But then he came back one day and he said, you know, I have this wonderful job which allows me to have all this good stuff like yachts. He said, the problem with it is I have no time to go to sea. He said, I don't even have time to take the boat out of the harbor. So I think we got to sell it. Wow. So we prayed and we sold it. So what do we really, 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 really want? What we want is the feeling of integrity. It doesn't matter what the subject is out here in the real world. We want to feel whole. We want to feel like our inner life and our outer life match. Yes? Yeah. So that's what integrity is about. The word integrity simply means the state of being whole. That all of us and all of our parts match, that they belong together. So if you are in that place in the world called change, we might pray that you are peaceful in change so that your inner and your outer match. We might pray that the change goes easily for you, that the change is harmonious. If you are in a place with relationship problems, which I can't imagine in life that we don't get into those occasionally with somebody, we pray that we can be accepting in the relationship, that we pray that we can be understanding. We can even pray that we know if it's time to go or time to stay, you know. But those are things we pray for. We don't pray to change other people. When we're talking about abundance, it's always about matching the inner belief. Okay? I think abundance is the easiest pathway to God. People think I'm a little weird when I say that. It's the easiest pathway because it never lies. It's either there or it's not there. And so I can't kid myself. I can't say I've got a handle on the belief in abundance if my financial life is falling apart. What I need to do. Vicki, can I share something? Vicki one time needed some money, and she was talking to another minister who said to her, listen, you need to go back to foundational class. You need to learn how to have the right belief about money and abundance. So maybe we need to do that. When we are inwardly abundant, not only do we have things in the outer world, but we could become generous. That's a way you can check in with your spirit. If you want health, you gotta talk health. You know how many people want health and they spend all their time complaining? Well, that creative law hears the most powerful thing you say. So, I can say I want health, but if I spend the other 90% of my time complaining about bad health, guess what the creative law hears? You know, it can't be both ways. Ernest Holmes says it's the nature of the universe to give us what we are able to take. It cannot give us more. It has given all. We have not yet accepted the greater gift. I rephrase that very simply. The universe always says yes. It always says yes. Now, we can get a lot of trouble with that. Because, if you're not being real productive in your life, the universe is going to say yes. So that's why that affirmation this morning, that we continually bring our minds to some clear space. God says yes, 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 yes. Here's wisdom, here's goodness. Yes, I'll help you. I'll help you. Bring up your beliefs. Is that what you want me to do? God always says yes. Do you want to be abundant? That I can hear it. When I pray, I can hear it. I call it the magnificent yes. It's like it pours out from the universe. Yes. This is truth. Yes. This is what we want to do. The magnificent yes. So in this moment, not tomorrow, not because you didn't do it yesterday, not after church, not anytime, in this moment, we focus our thinking on the goodness of life. In every moment. I sometimes think my mind is about 2 years old, and it likes to run off, I get it focused here, and then, yoo-hoo, come back. So in every moment, I'm alert, bringing myself back to the truth. That would have been better if it was a sticky, because if it didn't have a thumbtack, we could just put it on our foreheads. A reminder of how good the universe is, how extraordinary it is to live in this place at this time. How extraordinary the gift is that Ernest Holmes, our founder, left us with. For he is the one who taught us this about prayer. He's the one who said, keep your mind focused. There's the power, there's the glory. All of our thoughts are creative. Every single thought, all of the time, it's exhausting. But we take a breath and we move on, because it's so important to us that we be thinking aright. What does the Bible say? Renew yourself by the power of your mind. Mm-hmm. So I invite you to spend some time staying conscious in this truth. We did an experiment one time when I was in school ministry. And we used tape recorders because you can't possibly write this fast. You're supposed to record every thought you had for an hour. Well, you have about 50,000 of them an hour. So, your mind really needs you to give it some help. Let the knower get in control here. Stay focused. Stay conscious of the truth in every moment. Keep practicing. That might be a sticky. Note to myself, stay focused. There is an ever-available outpouring of good. We live in a universe where the eternal Spirit, the ever-present Spirit, simply loves us. That's it. No exceptions. There's no criticism. There's no blame. There is only the outpouring of love, because love heals everything else. And so we stay focused on that ever-available outpouring of good. This is my prayer for all of you, that you easily stay focused, that you know what you really, really, really want, and that every time you turn to Spirit, you hear the magnificent yes. And so it is.
And oh, my soul hunger, each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come, and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. Stormy seas. I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. Stand on mountains. Stormy seas. Stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Made me cry. Oh, you did. It was so beautiful. All right, well, the ushers come up with our baskets, and whoever's bringing Ron's bringing the prayer chest. Here we go. So, as you get ready to give to OakBrook this morning, just place your hand over your heart. Some of us give every Sunday, some of us give once a month, it doesn't matter. Just know that you are so abundant, and that abundance flows from you and blesses OakBrook. And so it is. And Ron will come around with the prayer chest. Yes? What can I tell you? When I first learned to speak, somebody told me it wouldn't matter if you were in the right church and you fell off the platform. They would just pick you up and love you. You'll come back up, and now can we do the affirmation that's in your program? How good it is to know that I am the place where the abundance of the universe flows. And as the abundance flows through me, it is with a grateful heart that I give. I know that as I give, so much more is given back to me. Gratefully and joyfully, I give of my time, my talents, my gifts, and my heart, and so it is. Thank you. Now we can sing. If I haven't gotten everything so confused. That's why I like that little guy in the slide so much.
Father, Mother, God, that's the creative force of all that is a part of that creative force, that is a part of the creation. It is the universe. We are all part of the universe. There is one life in that universe. That life is my life. There is one mind in that universe. That mind is my mind. And I affirm that what is true for me is true for all here present, all human beings of God's creation. The name of that creative force is known by many names. The setter, first cause, presence. We call it God. God is our creative force. God is a beloved force of creation, and we are created by the beloved, and we are beloved. We are provided with many gifts at our creation. We are provided with clarity and direction and help in all of our doings to the full extent of our acceptance of those gifts. We are grateful for those gifts that are given to us, and we are recognizing that they are gifts, and they are for our use with one another, to make our lives better, to make lives better for all. We are empowered to outpicture all of the physical perfection of which we are capable physically, right here and right now. That is God's love for us on a continuing basis. I'm grateful for the empowerment of my word this day, and the sure and certain knowledge that it is done unto us as we believe is it done unto us. I release these words to the universe, the law of the universe, God's intention that it should be so. When we leave today, we leave with the knowledge that we are God's creations directly, that we have a personal relationship with God, and that God relationship is love. We leave with that because we came in with that, because the presence is with us always, at all times, and always available for us. And so it is.
Shall we form our circle for our closing? Yeah, are the children in? Yeah, circle up through the chairs. There we go. There we go. Before we sing, I have two announcements. Marcus is in the hospital. He's in Ocala Regional in room 333, I believe. He will be there for several more days. He is having a lot of healing done for his heart. So, and he says he likes company. So that's good. And also Carrie went to the hospital this morning. She's been having trouble breathing. We're just going to know that she's breathing just fine and continues to do so. And we will take both of them, of course, into prayer in the ministry of prayer. All right.
Hello. Hi, everyone. We got to sing happy birthday real quick. Ready? Come on, Ken. The man of the hour. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ken. Happy birthday to you.
I'm giving away birthday presents. Numbers. Anybody want an 84? No?
You are 84 years young.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. There's something else.